night in the sunlight. Your limousines get stuck in traffic, and we all know you're made of plastic.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're in the fish room, and I've got some new stuff that just came in. Luckily, both of my shipments came the exact same time, so I've got a lot of stuff to get ready. But the big shelf is up. I'm using pretty big concrete blocks, so it doesn't matter how big a tank I put on this. It's 5 feet and 9 inches, so I could put like a 90-gallon on here if I really wanted to, but take up way too much space. I'm planning on making basically a stand like this, but for less weight, with 2x4s and plywood instead of just a bunch of plywood, just for 10 gallons, so I can have a grow out shelf over there or in that corner, somewhere on that side, so it's still pretty close to the outlets. But right now, it's what I got. I've got a used 29-gallon that I got for free, so that's really nice. 10-gallon, which I'm probably gonna clear out. There's just one Brichardi in there right now, so probably move him or her later. There's a 5.5 that I'm no idea what I'm gonna do for it, and then 2 10-gallons I have no idea what I'm gonna use for. The 29-gallon I think I'm gonna use for trying to breed angelfish, or making a colony of some kind of tetra or micro-rasbora. I'm still, of course, not sure yet. I want to get all my tanks before I finally decide what I'm gonna do. I did my measurements, and I can have up to 5, probably maybe 1 or more 2 than 5, but around 5 tanks that are all standard 29/20 long tanks. So I'm gonna have a bunch of angelfish breeding or a bunch of cichlid breeding, depending on which tanks I use, on this shelf, and then a bunch of grow outs tanks and colony tanks over there. But right now, I'm just getting this RO system set up. As you can see right now, it's along this line. I just got a bunch of T's and a bunch of little plastic valves to turn the water down and stuff. So I'm gonna set this up with the T's that I just got, and I'm gonna show you a cool little filter that I found on, well, I found it a while ago, but I didn't make it. Decided to just buy it from somebody. But I'll show you guys a cool sponge filter type thing. Whenever I open up the boxes, I'm gonna show you what I've got real quick. Then I'm gonna go ahead and modify the RO system, delivery system. So first off, we have this. Basically just a giant foam pad, but what it becomes when you add a lift pipe, or you can just make it out of easy PVC, or you can buy it like I did, comes with this foam. You basically put it in the tank. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm going to show you. Put it in the tank, like so. Obviously you're going to want to get it parallel with one of the side walls. Cut a nice little hole, or leave it on top. Put this right here, and connect an air pump to this little pipe, and the air will draw water through it, and basically just keep drawing water through this filter pad. This is 2 inches? Yeah, this is 2 inches. So I'll have to clean it maybe every 2 weeks or so, depending on the bio load. But this filter will last me like 10, 20, maybe even 40 years. So I'm gonna be well stocked for just one filter. This costs about 20 bucks altogether for a sponge filter that lasts you virtually forever. So it's very nice, very, very nice. And from the same company, which I'll probably link in the description, is basically just a regular sponge filter. However, it's a bit coarser, and it has a much larger surface area, and then it comes with its little standpipe that I can cut if I need to, and the ceramic base. This is 4 inches by 4 inches, so it's really nice, really big. And then from the RO point, we've got, I think I had 10 what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 11 tees, just regular RO push lock tees, and 50 feet of RO tubing, which I both of them got from Bulk Reef Supply. You can get, basically RO tubing is super cheap. You can get 100 feet of 1/4 inch tubing, which is usually the standard, you can get 100 feet for like 23 bucks, so you can get well stocked on RO tubing fairly cheap. So I'm gonna have this running to probably the grow out tanks and the 40 or 33 long. I'm just gonna put this over there for now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut lines of RO tubing for the tees, and that should give me a line into each tank. I've got a bunch of them and I can only have it. Alright, so I've cut most of the line. I might add some more tees later, but for now that should be fine. Those two 10 gallons will probably be removed, but as you can see, the line goes all the way across and empties into, well, what will be each tank. Right now it's only one of the full length tanks on it, so you can't really see what it's going to look like, but that should be fine for what I am going to do. Each one has a little gate valve that is usually used for airline tubing, but since each one is going to be underwater, I don't really mind if it leaks a little bit. I don't need super precise control, just enough to make sure each one's getting about the same flow rate. And the tubing actually ends over behind that blue fan, so I can, if I need to, stretch it across the length of the room, especially with that extra tubing. Now let's move over to this Matten filter or Hamburg filter. It's the same thing, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to set this up. First off, you're just gonna want some rectangular prism foam. This is 45 pores per inch, which is basically just saying how many little holes there are per square inch. 30 looks like something like this, kind of coarse, but not too coarse. 45 is really dense, so it'll catch most of the stuff, and it provides more little holes and surface area for bacteria to grow. This is 2 inches thick, and it's about the same size as a 10-gallon tank. The short side dimensions, it's a bit wider and a bit taller. So what you're going to do is, first off, you're going to get it in. If you're just doing this with regular PVC and regular foam, it's the same process, but you want to cut it so it's a bit longer than the inside dimensions of the tank, so that when you put it in, it's a really snug fit. You want to make sure that there aren't any, or there are as few gaps between the glass and the foam as possible. And then I'm going to take, I just use a little knife, a little box cutter. You can use scissors, you can use basically whatever, and cut a nice little slit. I already did it in the foam. You can also cut out a circle or a square, whatever you really want, doesn't really matter, as long as this can sink in and basically lock in place. You can also sit it on top if you really want to and find some way to support it, but I'm gonna have it underwater, so as low as I can. That's about 2 inches deep. I got the slit, and now that I have it there, you can leave the Hamburg filter a few inches away from the actual back, so you can hide heaters or airline tubing, whatever you want down there. Or you can push it all the way to the back and leave a little bit of about a 1 inch gap between the middle of the filter and the back of the glass. If it's thicker than the actual tank, it should bend a little bit. So that'll give you that 1 extra inch. You want everything in the corners, so it makes absolutely sure there's no water gonna bypass the filter. And there you go. You should still be able to fit smaller heaters back there. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's a bit more complicated than a regular sponge filter, but not so complicated it's impossible to figure it out. I'm actually gonna switch which side this is on because there's a nice little temperature reading thing that doesn't work anymore. But that's basically what it looks like unfilled, with the tank unfilled. You'll be able to see it later with the tank filled. There are plenty of videos and pictures online. You can just search Hamburger filter or Matten filter or back wall tank filter. There's plenty of keywords, but that's what it looks like. You have it up and running, then the water will be drawn by the air bubbles out through here, pushed all the way, cycle. It's also a really nice place for bacteria to grow, for infusoria to eat on, and then fry to eat later on. It's also really easy to keep the fry and everything away from the heaters so they don't cross over and die from being burned. Yeah, that's it for this video. I have no other comments. See ya.